Alright, what's up, peeps? Let me put my backup camera here. Alright, let's go. Let's get it moving. Alright, good stuff. So, let me clarify something. You heard me talk about police and how they're pretty nutty, and you heard me talk about me wanting to get a job in law enforcement. Let me clarify. Why would I ever want a job in law enforcement? And I know that there's tons of you out there that either like cops, you guys think cops are doing a great job. There's tons of you out there that also think that there's tons of you out there that also really hate cops. I never really had a reason to hate cops, so I don't know. So let me clarify to you why I wanted to pursue a career in law enforcement. So I learned at an early age that I really gotta stop this. I know. I'm sure it's annoying for you guys, and it doesn't present myself well across on this channel. So I'm gonna try to stop it. I wanted a job in law enforcement, still even now. When the opportunity comes around, the next test comes around, I'm gonna take the next test. There it goes again. I learned at an early age that I wanted to get a career, and that I want to have a good retirement at an early age. I don't want to be working till I'm old. I want to retire nice and early. And I also learned that law enforcement pays really well. A lot of, I would say most of law enforcement, they're all homeowners. Like, you know what it's like in New York City. If you're from New York City, you know what it's like. Rent is expensive. If you ever looked into the prices of homes, we're talking upwards of like $600,000. Nobody can afford that. That's insane. So a career in law enforcement would definitely pay the bills, ensure that I live a nice, comfortable life. I would be able to go on vacations and stuff. I'd be able to own a home, have a nice car. Don't we all want that? Like, why not? I don't particularly want a career in law enforcement to necessarily deal with all the BS and to deal with all the politics of, you know, how good or corrupt cops are. I just want to show up, do my job, and make money. That's it. I want to have a good life. That's all. Secondly, another couple of reasons why I wanted a career in law enforcement is, like I mentioned earlier in a previous video, I knew at an early age that I wanted to own a firearm. And sadly, in New York City, the only way you could pretty much own a firearm is to become law enforcement. You can become an armed security guard, but that's only for work. That's not for personal use, like personal carry, off duty. Law enforcement is allowed to carry weapons off the clock. You can apply as a civilian to get a permit or a license to carry, but it's so restrictive. Like, and then the form to get this to get this license or permit is like 10 pages long. They ask you a bunch of questions, like, have you ever been arrested? If so, go back to the court, provide go get that paperwork and provide us with the paperwork about your court case. Have you ever been hospitalized? If so, go get the paperwork, give it to us. Have you ever been diagnosed with anything medically? If so, go get the paperwork. So this 10-page form ends up being like 50 pages. Then it takes them probably about a year to review this stuff. Then you're assigned to an investigator, and they're gonna interview you and ask you, why do you need a firearm? And it's not sufficient enough to say, well, Second Amendment, I have the right to own a firearm. NYC, they don't care, man. They don't care. Let's say by some miracle you're allowed to carry. Let's say by some miracle you get awarded this license or whatever. Now you have a voucher to go out and purchase a firearm, and you got to make your purchase within 30 days. If that 30 days expires and you haven't purchased your firearm, then you have to go through the whole process all over again. And let's say somebody who has never shot a firearm goes out and tries to purchase a firearm. Like, there's so much to consider. The weight, the size, if you want a full size, you want a compact, subcompact, the caliber, which way you're gonna carry. There's so much to consider. I'm not too sure 30 days is gonna be enough. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But what else? Anyway, so I've always known that from a young age I've always wanted to own a firearm in New York City, because a lot of crazy stuff happens in New York City. Let's take this one thing for example. Two things. If you get your license in New York City to carry a firearm, you're restricted to 8 rounds. That's what I hear. 8 bullets in your handgun. That's it. There's other places that doesn't have any restrictions. You can have as many. You can carry as many bullets as you want. Your gun can accept however many bullets in the magazine. You can have an extended magazine if you wanted to. But New York City, they're like, nope, 8 rounds, that's it. Now let me bring this up. Back a few years ago, maybe around 2015 or so, there was this very explosive story on the news about this Asian man and his family traveling on the West Side Highway, and he all of a sudden is surrounded, or up ahead there was like a bunch of bikers and stuff, and one of the bikers took it upon himself to slow down traffic drastically so that somebody up ahead can do a crazy trick and whatever. So the guy, the Asian guy, he was in a Range Rover. I don't know the specifics, if there was like some type of road rage type of incident, but it later developed into a road rage incident. I'm not too sure how this happened exactly, but he ended up, the Asian man and the Range Rover ended up hitting the back wheel of the motorcyclist, and which caused him to fall off the bike. It was a huge, commotion. All the bikers got off their bikes, and now they're trying to confront the Asian man in the Range Rover. Now they're also being very confrontational, and it's a really tricky situation, So now the guy in the Range Rover feels like he is being threatened, like he's in a very threatening situation. So it seemed like I think they might have opened the door on him or something, and so he floors it. He ends up running over the motorcyclist, and the motorcycle. He ends up running it over, and he ends up running over that stuff and the motorcyclist, and now the chase is on. This guy floors it. He heads up north towards the George Washington Bridge. Then he gets off. Maybe one exit right before the bridge, and so the motorcyclists, they catch up to him, and they start trying to beat the window open with their helmets. They start they ultimately got him out of the car and nearly beat him to death. His wife was in the car, and he had a baby in the car, his daughter. This is very scary. Let me tell you something. What if this guy had a license to carry? Now he's limited to 8 rounds. What is 8 rounds gonna do for you when you got like 100+ motorcyclists coming at you trying to beat you to death? Crazy. I mean, those of you from New York City, you've seen the crazy stuff that goes on in New York City. Why can't good people own firearms and have the right to defend themselves? Why not? But anyway, let me get back to law enforcement. Let's see. Yeah, I just want to live a good life, man. I just want to earn a good living, become a homeowner, and have a good life. Why not? Doesn't everybody want that? Crazy. Alright, peeps. Well, I hope that clarified it for you all. I just want a good career. I just want a good retirement. I just want to become a homeowner. Like, that's what I'm hoping for, a career in law enforcement. Why not? Everybody wants this. Alright, well, let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.